Dear students, welcome again. This is Bilal sir for you with the topic conic sections. So we will go through this topic today. Let's start. As the name suggests, conic sections. Conic sections. That means these are the sections of a cone. Sections of a cone. Today we will learn how we get the different sections of a cone, how we can form the different sections of a cone. So let's begin this lecture. Today, first of all, what a cone means, what or how a cone gets generated. Suppose we are given two lines, one let L be a fixed line, and suppose this is another line M. Suppose we are given a line L and we have another line M which intersects the first line at this point, say this point V, and it makes a constant angle, say alpha, with this line L. With this line L. What we take? We take two lines. One is a fixed line and another line M intersects this line at point V, and it makes an angle alpha with this line. This alpha is constant. Now suppose this M rotates about this point. This rotates about this point. Try to imagine how this line will rotate about this point. So it will rotate just like this. It will rotate just like this. So it will trace a path like this. It will trace a path like this, and at this point its position will be like this. At any instant of time, this line will be at this position. So it will form a path like this, and also it will trace a path like this. So what we get from this, we get this type of a shape, and this is known as a double-napped cone. This is known as a double-napped cone. Double-napped cone. Double-napped cone. This is known as a double-napped cone, where this is called the upper nape, and this one is called the lower nape. And you see which this was the fixed line and this line. This we get this figure or this shape with the help of this rotating line, or if this figure is generated with the help of this rotating line, and this rotating line is called the generator. It is called the generator of the cone. At this point about which this line rotates, it is called the vertex. This is called the vertex. This is called the vertex of the cone. So we have the vertex of the cone, constant angle alpha, which this generator makes with the fixed line, and this fixed line. The fixed line is called the axis of the cone. Axis of the cone. This is called the axis of the cone. So look here, we have got the upper nave, we have got the lower nave, we have the generator, we have the vertex, we have the axis of the cone. So this is all about the this figure cone, or how we get this three-dimensional figure cone, how it is generated. So it is generated by this generator, rotating line called the generator. Now we will see how we get the different sections of a cone. Now suppose we take a plane. We take a plane and we intersect this cone by that plane. Now what conic section means? Conic sections are the sections which get generated by the intersection of a plane with the cone, with the cone, with the cone. For example, I will give you an example that if we have a cone and we take a blade and we cut at different angles. We cut that cone at different angles. So what sections we will get? We will see here how we get different sections of a cone. How we get different sections of a cone. Suppose this is our cone. This is the constant angle alpha. Now, how these sections get generated? Let's take a plane and intersect this cone with that plane. Now, there will be the plane will cut this cone at different angles. Suppose the angle between the plane and the cone, yeah, or we can write it as axis of the cone, be beta. Let beta be the angle between the plane and the axis of the cone. Now there will be different orientations. Suppose this if the plane cuts at this angle, That means this if this beta is 90. Now see, when this beta is 90, which section of the cone will get formed? So we will get a section of the cone that will be like this. That will be like this. So it seems that it is like a, at that time we get a circle. At that time we get a circle. So when the plane cuts the cone at this 90-degree angle, that means when this beta is 90, then the section of the cone we get is called a circle. Is called a circle. If we will change slightly, if we slightly change the angle, if we slightly change the angle just like this, so in this case we take this beta. This was our first case. In our first case was it is beta is 90, and in second case if we take beta is less than alpha, if we take this one, this beta is less than what? Beta is less than alpha. So this is our beta. So if this beta is less than alpha, we get this type of a figure. We get this type of a figure, and this is known as ellipse. So after this we get an ellipse. We get an ellipse. And when we change further this angle to when we further change this angle to, we take this as when is beta is equal to alpha. When beta is equal to alpha, that means this will be like this, and like this. This is our plane. This is our plane. So here we have this beta is equal to alpha. Beta is equal to alpha. So we will get a shape just like this. And this is known as a parabola. This is known as a parabola. And if we take another, we will further change this angle, we will get, when we take this beta is less than alpha, if we will slightly change this angle, and we will see it will cut this one also. If we change this angle and we take this beta is less than alpha, it will also cut this one. It will also cut this nape also. That means it will be like this. The plane will cut this also. It will be like this. It will be like this. It will be like this. So we will get a figure like this. We will get a figure like this. and this is known as a hyperbola. This is known as the hyperbola. So when we cut a cone at different angles with the help of a plane, we can get different sections of a cone. The first one will be when beta is 90, so we get a circle. When we take beta is less than alpha, that means this very angle, then we get ellipse. And if we take beta is alpha, then we get a parabola. And we take beta is less than alpha, we get another section of a cone, that is the hyperbola. So we have got four sections of the cone. By slightly changing the angle between the plane and the cone, between the plane and the axis of the cone, that is, we have got number one is circle, number two is ellipse, number three is parabola, and number four is hyperbola. Later on in the coming lectures, we will go through one by one section of these section of the cones. So hope that till then have a good day. Bye bye.